Hi friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Jenny and I'm gardening here in lovely Baltimore, Maryland in Zone 7. It's the middle of February and that means it's just about time to start thinking about forcing some blooms. And today I'm going to be talking about how to force your Forsythia branches into blooming inside in the late winter. Come along with me, let's go do it. All right, I've got these two different vases full of Forsythia blooms. Let's go outside and I'll show you what I did. I'm down here on the south side hill, that's the driveway, and the hill goes up there toward the house. So we're on the east side of the south hill. There's our retaining wall. And this is a collection of old shrubs. Some of these were planted probably 50 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, maybe 20, maybe only 5 years. No, 5 years ago we lived here, so that wasn't us. Anyway, these are old shrubs and some of them are Forsythias and some of them are not. And so we're gonna first of all, look at what we've got and see, make sure that we're cutting the right thing. So this is a Forsythia shrub here. And the way you can tell the difference between it and the privets that are next door over there is that this Forsythia has really long, straight stems that come up from a prior pruning way down there, and they come up in really long stems, and they're kind of a yellowish green color. I don't know if that's going to come through on the camera. And they have a little bit of markings on the bark, and then they have buds that are opposite each other on the stem, all along the stem. And that's this shrub has a lot of these long, skinny stems on it. And that's different from this privet that's over here. These do have some long, skinny stems on them, but they are not the same color as that Forsythia over there. And also, this has old leaves on it from last season that didn't fall all the way off. So this is a privet. And this is a Forsythia. All right, let's see if we can do this on camera with no tripod. This will be a trick. All right. First cut made. So I took two different shapes of cuttings. These here are the long, skinny stems that didn't have any branches on them. And these have buds all along the stem from the bottom all the way to the top. And so they'll have blooms inside in the vase all along the stem. And these are more of old wood pruning job that I did. This is more about the shape of the plant and getting rid of interior branches and kind of cleaning up the shape of it, whereas those are more about, I would like the blooms. So these will have blooms on them, but the blooms will be mostly on the tips of these branches, and this will look a lot different in the vase. This will be much wilder and kind of blossom covered tips of branches, whereas those will be stems with blossoms all along in the vase, and so they'll look really different in the flower vases. Then I just wanted to show you that I didn't really significantly change. Boy, this is hard to see because there's no green on anything. But I didn't really significantly change the look of this stand of Forsythias. It still is going to have a nice, strong, hopefully, blossom season. I left lots of these long stems on it, so we'll get lots of blooms all along here. So, so my little cuttings are really insignificant compared to the size of the stand, so that's good. If you had more shrubs that than this, you could certainly take in a lot more, but we're just going to go with what I got today. Okay, so I have had these branches soaking in warm water for a couple of hours now, and now it's time to put them into the vases. I think the ones that have a lot of branching out on them, I'm going to put in this taller, more wide vase, and then the ones that are straight up and down, I'm going to put in a more cylindrical container that's a little bit more contemporary. Now, you do want to put some floral preservative in your water. That helps keep the branches sort of working on their blooming. The flowers need carbohydrates, and that helps with the cell metabolisms that they need to do their thing blooming. And you need a little bit of antibacterial property, so some sort of thing that keeps disease away out of the water. And then you need a little bit of acid in there so that the pH of the water is raised a little bit, so that that helps with the uptake of water into the branches. So I am going to fill my containers with water, and then I'm going to put in, for every quart, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of bleach, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. So this is the carbohydrates they need, this is the antibacterial that they need, and this is the acidification that they need to really thrive. Now you remember I cut these branches underwater so that helps prevent any sort of air pockets forming at the bottom of the cut. So they were underwater and the water just went straight up into them. So they hopefully have been absorbing water for the last few hours. So now I'm going to take all the straight ones, put them in here, just like that. So sort of a modernist style arrangement. And then I'm going to take all of these in here. So hopefully over the next week or two, I don't know how long it's going to take, I'll be sure to give you an update. But hopefully we'll be getting all of these little tips here will have some flowers on them, and all of these little nubs here will have flowers on them. And I'll have 2 different arrangements of forced hyacinth, not hyacinth. What am I talking about? 2 different arrangements of forced Forsythia blooms. And I'm really looking forward to having that bit of spring inside the house. So you want to place your branches in a warm room that gets bright light, but nothing that's too hot, direct sunlight. So because this is the southern exposure and we've got windows on the west and the east side of this room, this is a great room. It's bright all the time during the day. So I put one of them here on the table and one over here on the sideboard. And hopefully within a week or two, we'll see some really bright, cheery yellow blossoms on both of these sets of stems. Thanks so much for joining me today, friends. I hope you had fun with these Forsythia branches. I know I did. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it'll be a big bright splotch of yellow happiness here in the late winter. If you liked what you saw today and you want to do more with me over the coming weeks and months, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are put up. We're going to be exploring all kinds of topics in the home garden here in Zone 7, Baltimore over the next little while, and I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, friends. So welcome back to Hi, friends. Welcome back to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. What is with the noises? See if I can find some Forsythia. Forsythia. So, join with Thanks so much, and I really hope you had fun with the Forsythia blush and Good Lord. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Cheery yellow here inside the house during the late spring. No. Thanks so much for joining me here today. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and we can have a lot of other adventures together here in the Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd really love it if you follow along with me as we do more home gardening projects here in Baltimore in Zone 7. I hope you like it. I'm going to beg you, please subscribe to my channel. Please. Oh.